Morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button down in the corner in order to get content and videos and so on. So, I'm going to be talking about what's happening this week. Like, oh my goodness, energy wise, every single day. We are entering Mercury retrograde on the 25th. Oh my Lord. Retrograde season can really kind of throw things off. However, it gives you that opportunity to really resolve things. But we also have that eclipse going on, as I've mentioned in all the videos. It's life changing. This is when you really could get some alarming news coming in this time. Like news that is shocking, news that it's going to be like, oh my gosh, anything can happen during the eclipse, as I mentioned. That started at the beginning of February. It ends on the 19th of March, combined with the new year of the horse, fire horse energy that started on the 16th, combined with the eclipse, and now Mercury retrograde coming in. Like, seriously, are you guys kidding me? It's actually can be a really, really good time for you. Like, make sure you go back because I give a lot of information of the year of the horse. We are in a universal 1 year. It's super powerful. So we started that retrograde on the 12th, that pre-shadow. So the pre-shadow, can bring a lot of disruptions, even more and more and more, electronical issues, technical issues. This is the time to book those health appointments. So if you have like anything that you're like, I better get this checked out, or I'm a little concerned about this, or do it during the retrograde. Like, seriously, do it during this time because you're going to be feeling that pull to do so. This energy with the eclipse can really work with you. It pushes you to get things done. It brings truth to the surface. When it brings truth to the surface, it could very well be shocking results, shocking situations, sudden endings, death. All of these things can happen. However, the eclipse wants to truly bring things back into alignment, which was off alignment. So this is the time to really gravitate, take advantage of this energy even now, get things done. How many of you have felt kind of like that push? Oh, I got to start this. I got to get this going. I just suddenly just felt that. I had that kind of reset button myself with certain things. My website's going to be getting updated. There's going to be classes going on there, so on and so on and so on. So you'll have to check that out. It's going to take time to upload classes and get that going and so on. I have an amazing website team. I've been with these guys for almost 20 years now, I think. It's so hard to believe that. So anyways, let's start off this week with the February 21st to 22nd. What's happening? We are in Pisces season already, so you're going to be a lot more intuitive. Right now, Saturn Aries conjoins Neptune Aries. So energies change. Aries bold. Aries go after what they want. You know what I mean? They don't take no for an answer. However, this is the time when you have to think of your partner and be more compassionate and show kindness. Because if we are not thinking or hearing what our partner is saying, that can cause problems. What happens? Misunderstandings come in. Mercury retrograde combined brings miscommunication, misunderstandings. So before you react and you're not thinking about your partner's needs, what they were saying, that will backfire on you. That very well could be like, you know what? I've had enough. So bringing the eclipse, shocking endings, shocking situations, your partner could walk away from you. Like, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you know what I'm saying? You really have to pay attention to that, because in order to have a relationship, communication is number one. You both have to talk about things. You both have to be ready to take those steps forward. Because if there's one communicating and one is not, What's going to happen? How's your partner going to know what you want? Vice versa, unless you don't talk about it. But I don't want to talk to my partner about that because, he or she could leave me. If you're scared of saying the wrong thing when you have your partner, is that the right person for you? Really think about it, you guys. Like, seriously, really think about it. We have Venus, combined and trine with Jupiter as it is. So this energy really could work with you. Or, as I'm saying, there's a lot of sombering, unexpected news coming in that can bring a lot of shocks. However, it can also bring in abundance, good fortune, new opportunities. You could actually start seeing that things are even flowing a lot better right now. Be open to changes, really be open to changes. Like there's certain things that were like, I got to make change with this. I have to make change with that. I'm feeling stuck. I'm nervous. I'm slow down. Just start writing down what changes you need to make and you want to make. Spirit, please bring me to the right people to make these changes. Whatever it is, whoever it is, if you're looking for someone to help you on projects, if you're like, I need to see a specialist, anything to do on that nature, anything to do on that nature, it will work with you if you work with it. So we freezed up a little bit there, I think. So hopefully it won't happen. But Mercury retrograde, I'm saying. So really be open to changes. You very well could be feeling a lot more grounded right now as well. If things are flowing and you've been doing the work, you're going to find that things are flowing a little bit better. And you very well could be more in alignment with your person, partners, business partners. My website guys, they're my soul tribe 100%. 20 years almost. I couldn't believe it. I had like you know, a meeting with them and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it's been that long. There's certain people that we have as soul tribes, soul vibe. Either I know people forever or temporary short time. So you're going to know who you feel really comfortable with. And you have been seeing, I don't get them anymore. Or I'm just so different. I've changed. Of course, that's part of your evolution and your journey. You know, it happens. It doesn't mean you're like, goodbye forever. See ya. Sometimes we have to let go of certain people so we can find our journey and continue our journey no matter what direction that takes you towards. We're all on different frequencies and vibrations, but you will feel more in alignment with your soul tribe. You will, because you'll be able to be yourself. Why would you not? Why would you try to be somebody else? For what reason? To try to fit in? That's not going to work. It's going to backfire. So just really pay attention because you could still be healing as well. We still have Chiron energy. So past memories, excuse me, could resurface. Memories that, painful or just reflecting and such like that. So we still have those leftovers from the year of the horse, as I said. Like the year of the horse started on the 16th. So you could have even found that last week you were getting a lot more emotional and memories and more dreams and so on coming in, and you could still be letting go a little bit because we've just entered it. So your soul, and spirit world, they are showing you different things that, hey, you know what, it's okay. You don't have to, stay in the past. Past is where we have experiences, we can learn lessons from it. Even my little puppy, he's sleeping again, or else I'd have him in my video, right? Like, I'm not going to wake him up, but he'll be in a lot more videos. But certain things, I can get triggered. Even I had to take him to the vet, and I got triggered. I actually had to change his appointment to get his vaccinations because it's like minus 30s. So no, I'm not going to take him out to the vet. And there is only one opening left, but I'm like, actually, that's the vet I wanted to see. So it happens. Appointments get changed like that. Mercury retrograde, pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, all of that. So I had to take that appointment and do some rescheduling for my day. That happens. That happens. So changes come at any given time. That's life, but the retrograde will do that to you as well. So it's really important to trust the process. As we move into the 23rd and 24th, your intuition is going to be a lot stronger. Like literally, like your gut is just boom, going to tell you something's right or something's wrong. Just really pay attention to that. Like I have a huge life-changing appointment on the 23rd that I'm nervous about. I'm just really hoping it's going to be okay. You got to think positive and everything like that, right? Like, oh my God. So really pay attention to your intuition. We still have fears, of course, as we're resolving things and clearing things, but things are clearing, things are healing, and it's really important to let fears go. Like the day of my appointment, I'm going to be like, it's going to be a great appointment. Things are going to flow. I'm going to walk in there. The doctor's going to say, you're good to go. You're fine. Right. That's what I'm really hoping for. So, you know what I mean? But it's just like, just surrender it and pay attention to the doors that are opening for you, new doors that are especially opening up for you. The eclipse brings huge life-changing opportunities for you. So it could be in any direction in your life, any area in your life. Move with the change. We are entering and have entered a huge, powerful year with the fire horse. Huge, brings dramatic changes, pushes you. You go after your dreams. You stand up for yourself. You things can move quickly with the fire horse. You're going to be more determined to do this, to make changes with that. Huge opportunities, so on and so on. Go back to my videos. I go in a lot more detail about that. So make these changes now that you're struggling with, that you need to change. Just really try to trust that process, because even the 22nd is a portal day. 222, portal day. Portals can have very high energy, relationship beginnings, new starts, relationship beginnings with love, friendship, business contacts. Anything is possible during that time. And it's really, really important you listen to your heart and be honest with yourself, how you feel, honest with your partner. You should be honest anyways. So with it being a portal day, maybe you're going to get unexpected news that day. Maybe you're going to find out you're pregnant. Maybe your partner's going to propose to you. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? But it's relationship connected and so on. So really just kind of pay attention to that day. And sometimes it's like, I have a strong feeling this is going to happen. Just write it down. Write it down. And then write down when you're seeing it, your visions, because when that time comes, you can see if it happens or not, right? So the 25th and 26th, Mercury retrograde starts. The official Mercury retrograde starts and it goes to the 21st of March. So that eclipse goes to the 19th as well. So utilize these energies right now to the fullest. You've seen past people coming back for a little while now. That eclipse can do that. Mercury retrograde brings people back from the past. That can be a good thing. You very well might hear news about somebody from your past that may have passed on, or they're not well, or somebody comes back, hey, how you doing? Let's get together. Anything. There's more people that very well could be apologizing to you even more now. Like there's certain people that have said things or done things which have ended relationships. And then they've had that time to, you know what, I'm sorry, I said this, or I treated you like that, or whatever. You could be the same thing. Maybe it's like, wow, I wished I didn't say this to this person, or my actions. These are lessons. These are lessons. This is life. You want to be able to forgive that person within. It doesn't mean what they did to you was okay, because no, it wasn't. However, it's important to forgive that person so you can move on. You don't have to hang out with them or anything like that again. No, of course. So if you are signing new contracts, be very careful what you're signing. Really make sure you understand it fully. If you're renewing a contract, renewing a lease, things like that, that's perfectly fine. So it's really important to look at the details, because misunderstandings, miscommunication is so highlighted. When you're sending a message, let's say, make sure you look at it. Who am I sending it to? Reread your message and then send it. And then when you've sent it, go read it again. You could be like what? That's Mercury retrograde. Check your junk folder, your spam folder. Why haven't I got that message? Check your junk folder, your spam folder. You know what I mean? Weird electronical glitches come on. Like even last night, I was just trying to relax a little bit, and I was watching a movie, and the TV kept on freezing up. And I'm like, really? I mean, I knew why, of course, right? You know, Mercury retrograde, like just so many things going on, but it's still annoying. It's still annoying. So that's why I mentioned before, when that pre shadow came in, if there's situations electronically, technically, that you need to resolve, do it. Like pay attention to that during that time, because some people will go out and buy a whole new computer, a whole brand new this, and that. That's not the time to do it during Mercury retrograde, to make huge purchases. You could regret it. So before you jump in, really look at what you're signing, really look at everything that's involved. If you don't understand what you're signing, get legal advice. I just want to make sure that, what I'm signing is what I understand. Make sure you do that. Like, it's really, really important. Delays, traveling delays. If you're going to a new location during Mercury retrograde that you haven't been before, that can be a lot more bumpy, like a lot more bumpier. It happened to me before when I was on the Big Island in Hawaii, and I'm like, oh my God, like why are all of these situations happening? Like, things normally flow for me. Why did I lose my phone? Why did all of my ID from my wallet fall? Like, I had security, Jenny, like, oh, we found your phone. We found your ID, or like, what? Just certain things like that. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, and then I'm like, oh, the wrath of Mercury retrograde. So it can cause disturbances and delays and problems traveling. Yes. You can go to locations you've been to before. It will be easier than going to a brand new place, but there will still be problems, issues, delays, all of those things. Don't get upset about it, because there's nothing you can do. Of course, we have that moon and Venus energy as well. Love. Moon can bring in illusions and more emotions too. So this is the time to resolve situations, review situations. Certain things that I've written out, let's say in the past, I looked at it and like, oh my God, no. So I've rewritten certain things, and so on and so on and so on. And it's like, okay, now that feels much better. Now I can upload it and send it to my web guys or whatever. Just certain things like that, no matter what it is. Really surrender and don't push. The retrograde wants you to slow down. You will be feeling the push with the fire horse, the galloping. Think of a horse running, galloping. The fire horse moves things quickly. The eclipse can move things quickly. The retrograde can slow things down. So whatever you do, listen to your body, how you feel. If you're like, wow, I have all this energy today to do this and that, do that. However, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just feeling so drained and tired, listen to your body. That's self-care, self-alignment, self-love, to just rest, emotional rest, mental rest, physical rest, exhaustion, all of them. These are when boundaries come in. I had a 9-hour meeting the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, what the heck? And it was just because I didn't have time to deal with certain things. Boom. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this now. So this is why, get things done, get things done. Yeah, I'll do it then. I'll do it then. And then it catches up with you. And then you're like, oh my God, resolve it, pay attention to it. So, surrender it, gives you that time to reset things, revamp things, reevaluate certain situations. You could be like, you know what, this isn't working with me anymore, with a relationship, a job, partnership, anything. It's just not working. It's just, I'm going to walk away from this right now or whatever. All of those conversations, just make sure you're honest and open, speaking from your heart in alignment always. So as we move to the 27th, it could be a little bit more like more tension that day because you could have made certain decisions or Mercury retrograde, the wrath of hell, could have turned things upside down. Maybe you got some unexpected news. Maybe you got that sombering, intense news, as I'm saying. Unexpected news is coming in. Alarming news, shocking news will be coming in this week. Pay attention, like really pay attention. So you could be making more bold decisions. Make sure you think first before you make some decisions. You're going to be taking more action towards getting things done. You're going to be facing situations. So when we're facing situations, taking action, all of those things, it can be really exciting. We could have that, oh my God, I'm so excited. Or it can be like, oh my God, this is so stressful. So it depends on your situation of what you've resolved, what you've been ignoring, all of those things. You're going to start prioritizing what truly matters to you, what truly matters for you. Prioritize that. So it's the time to, you know what? I got to start setting new positive intentions, new goals in a positive way, positive direction. Really take a look at what it is you truly want this year. This is a year when dreams can come true. The energies of this year is so powerful. The last half of the year, a whole new world is going to be here. You'll see it. I talked about that in my predictions video, my 2026 predictions video. A lot of things have come to the surface now already, and it's going to continue to happen. So what's shocking nowadays? Nothing. Like nothing really is when you look at the reality of, oh, that's nothing new. But it can be so disturbing, like the Epstein files. Is that shocking? Yes, because it's so disturbing. It's so disturbing. But the truth, it gets exposed. It comes out, especially when it's that horrific. It's coming out more and more and more and more and more. So I'm just saying, you can't run from karma. You can't. It catches up with you. It does. Seriously, it does. Good karma, you want to have dharma, moves you into your dharma. Not so good karma, God be with us. Just pay attention, like to what's not working and be honest with yourself. Oh, they'll change, or this or this or this or that. Really? Work on you yourself. So let's just pull a couple of cards. I don't use cards when I'm with a client. I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium, past life Akashic records, animal communication, and so on and so on and so on. But we're on YouTube here. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards to see what the collective, what the spirit world has to say for you and to you. So let me know if you guys resonate with these cards and what's going on with your life. Like what's really going on, like I know you're all going through a lot. We're all going through a lot. So what is the energy and the message from the 21st to the 27th of February? Like we're already moving into March. Like, oh my God. March is tax season for me, and oh dear Lord, have mercy. All my money goes to taxes. Like all of it. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. So 21st to the 27th, what's the message from the spirit world? It's a message from the spirit world. Message from the spirit world. Freedom. Freedom. Wow. 44, the number 44, freedom, represents the number 8 for abundance, prosperity, all of that when you're open. The picture shows, I'll show it to you, but the picture shows a woman that was locked behind a cage, like a door. And now she's entering it, and now she's coming out of it, of the freedom that's been restricting her. So maybe you were in a toxic relationship that you're now walking away and you're going to feel more freedom. Maybe you've made certain choices that you're like, you know what, I've now resolved this situation. in whatever area in your life. I can now see the light. I'm coming out to take those steps forward. I'm more alert now. I'm more determined. I'm walking away from all of these other people who are bringing me down. Oh, I'm taking new steps forward. You know, we can open up the cage that we leave ourselves restricted with at any given time, you know, unless the government is, don't get me going on that. We're not going to talk about that. But, anyways, you see what I'm saying? So, freedom comes in many different ways. And it's really interesting because in this, there's that sun is coming in. Energy of the sun is prana. You know, sun is very healing. Yes, we have to watch the sun and such, but the sun can be very healing, re-energize you. You know, take a look at if you go outside and it's dark and it's cloudy, or take a look at if you go outside and the sunshine is coming down. Look at the difference with the energy. It's a big difference, right? Energy is energy. So maybe you guys have made some decisions that you're going to be like, you know what? I've now ended this situation. I'm now moving into the new beginnings with this. Brings freedom. Maybe you guys have just paid off certain debts. Oh my gosh, now I'm free. Maybe that eclipse brought in huge opportunities. Maybe you've been like, oh my God, a new job comes to you. Huge opportunities. I'm serious. Like it comes, it opens things up. New opportunities. Abundance can be anything. Like anything that's going to bring you happiness and joy and prosperity and all of that. You know, some people think that like prosperity is, oh, I won millions of dollars. Well, yeah, of course, right? But it's how we look at things with our mindset. You know, be very grateful for what you have because there's many people out there that don't have certain things that you have, you know. Really look at that. That's why I donate stuff like a lot. I'll be doing that again. I always do. Oh, I don't know how many times a year. Yeah, you can. Jenny, it still has price tags on it. Brand take it. You know, I have lots of stuff. I actually need a 2 bedroom for my work and office and stuff like that. But anyways, let's have a little chat and see what messages are. Wow. Now I had two cards fall out. Like this is wow. So some of you, you know, are going traveling. Look what cards fell out. Safe travels and love. Maybe some of you are traveling to see your partner that live at a distance. Maybe some of you are going away on a vacation with your person. Maybe some of you are just like, oh my gosh, my travels, I'm going to the place I just love. It could be anywhere. It could be an hour away. You know, maybe it's a long flight, but just know during this time, Mercury retrograde, don't push it. If and there's travel delays, flight delays, trust the process. You know, once upon a time ago, I was working for WestJet. I wanted to work there for free flights, part time, long story. But airlines, this was years ago. Every minute there's a delay, it costs $3,000. So that was many, many years ago I was there. Can you imagine what that price tag is today? So believe me, the last thing an airline wants is to be delayed. So trust the process. Would you rather get on an airplane that has mechanical issues? Oh, well, let's forget about the delays. Let's just put you on the plane. No, thank you. So delays happen for a reason, but Mercury retrograde brings in more. So your travels will be safe. Just be more in awareness when you're driving or, you know, when you're traveling to certain places. Mercury retrograde, make sure that if you have your purses, let's say, that the zipper is done, you know, nothing's going to fall out of it, things like that. Make sure you have your passport or ID, all of those things, double check it. Maybe some of you are getting married right now and you're traveling somewhere for your wedding or honeymoon or whatever it is. I love these two cards. Like, oh my gosh, traveling to somewhere you love or with your love. Wow. Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to pull like relationship, like one of my relationship romance decks, because Mercury retrograde, of course, brings back lovers from our past, people from our past, but with this eclipse, unexpected happening with anything. So what is the message from our romance department from the 21st to the 27th? Right away, this card fell out. You deserve love. You are lovable. Of course you do. When am I going to find my person? How come I haven't met my person yet? Things happen at the right timing. You can go and find somebody else and settle in with someone if you're okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. However, sometimes it's worth the wait to find the right person. Like, I would rather wait to find the right person. There's no such thing as perfect. Of course not. That is more in alignment, that I can connect with, that I can be my true self with, like so many different things, and be like, wow, things are flowing really nicely. This is all of those things. Be open for love, but really ask yourself, what qualities am I looking for in a partner? There's those shows on TV, reality shows, 90 Day Finance or Married at First Sight, certain things like that. We take a chance. Sometimes we have to take a chance and a risk in love, but it takes time getting to know someone, of course. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You don't take risks, you'll never know. You could very well look back and say, you know what, I wonder what if, I wonder what could have happened. We all deserve love. However, you're the only one that can bring happiness to yourself. In order to find someone that's more in alignment with you, you have to love yourself unconditionally before you meet someone. You really do. This is me. I'm not perfect. We all have flaws. There's always different parts of our body. Let's say we're like, oh my God, nobody's perfect. If a partner, or if you're looking for that perfect person, good luck. Good luck. There's no such thing as perfect. Soulmates, twin flames are happening with this eclipse. Mercury retrograde, people from the past come back. Many things can happen. So keep your heart open. Now, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Jenny Cousins. If you want to book a more private, personalized reading, soulworkwithjenny.com. Book through my website, and that way you'll get a full-blown on detailed reading. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and my little puppy Valentino. He'll be in videos, but he just happens to be sleeping at the right time. And sometimes I only have a certain window open to do these videos. And unfortunately, it's during his nap time. We're up early in the morning. He's just, oh my God, so amazing. He's got his own little profile on social media, Valentino 2026 888 on Instagram. You can see his photos there. My camera is flooded with videos and photos. And I'm like, oh my God, you have like 10 of the same videos. But I'm like, oh my God, but you look different. It's like a newborn baby for you guys. My puppy is my family. Nobody, I'm a good mom. Let's put it that way. So I'm very protective over my babies. So on that note, let me know what you guys are doing. Please like this video, make some comments. Namaste.